Hello, I'm Darren Kamstra, Professor of Percussion at Colorado Mesa University, and in this video we'll be looking at the Colorado All-State Band audition material for Timpani, which is page 32 out of Garwood Whaley's Musical Studies for the Intermediate Timpanist. A couple of things to keep in mind on this piece. One is that Whaley calls for hard staccato mallets, so definitely choose something that will give you clear articulation, particularly on these faster notes throughout the piece. Always strive for a beautiful tone quality in spite of the hard mallets, and a lot of that is dependent upon your beating spots on the drums. Always aim for a good resonant sound that's about 3 to 4 inches from the rim, or you could think of that as from the center to edge, you want to go in 1/3 of the distance from the edge. Another thing that will really help your tone quality is to lift the mallets consistently. On timpani, if we tend to use downstrokes, that really impacts our tone quality in a negative way. There are a couple technical challenges with the faster notes in here that you're going to have to decide whether you want to use a cross sticking or a double stroke sticking. If you use the cross sticking, pick whichever hand seems to make sense to cross over. In this case, I am crossing with my left because I'm using the lowest 3 drums, and that way I don't have to reach as far over with my right hand. I'm also going to do some of these using double strokes, which will basically be sweeping from one drum to the other. And so that way you can see how both of those methods will work for those faster passages that move around the drums. Also, make sure you are perfectly in tune before you start. That's definitely a priority of consideration here as well. Finally, pay really close attention to the tempo markings. You have a range of tempos that you can start with at the beginning, but throughout, he will give you particular subdivisions that become equal to different subdivisions in the subsequent measure. So pay careful attention to those, particularly the one going into the 8th note triplets, halfway down the page, where 8th note becomes 8th triplet. So actually your overall tempo is going to slow down quite a bit at that point. So if you started around 100, for your first tempo, you're going to end up around 67 once you hit those 8th note triplets halfway down the page. And that tempo basically continues all the way to the end, because you'll note that then your quarter note becomes a dotted quarter in 6/8, which then goes back to quarter note. So the overall pulse still stays slow all the way to the end. I hope you enjoy this performance and it helps you with your preparations for the Colorado All-State Band.